Hello and welcome to World Ballet Day here at Birmingham Royal Ballet. My name's Lachlan Monaghan and I'm a soloist here with the company. This year for World Ballet Day, we're doing things a little differently, bringing you 4 shows, each tailored to separate regions across the globe: Australia, Japan, the UK and the Americas. Like many ballet companies, we have dancers from all over the world, and what better way to celebrate this than on World Ballet Day. Birmingham Royal Ballet has a rich history of Aussie dancers. The path from home to the shores of the UK is a well-trodden one, with many a young dancer relocating to the UK to have a career and ending up here at our wonderful company. The first piece you're going to see today is a digital work created in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Burning Building, created by Javier de Frutos, on Sofia Linares and Shualun Wu. Since its premiere back in June at the Birmingham International Dance Festival, it has been nominated for 4 awards across North America, including the prestigious Toronto International Film Festival. I'll leave you now with the creative team behind the Burning Building to introduce this fabulous work to you. Enjoy.
The title, The Burning Building, comes from a quote from an interview from a book called Follies of God, which are a series of interviews with Tennessee Williams, which I guess some people are aware that I am a great buff and I have followed and researched his work for many years now. And there was something about that in life, that if life, the metaphor of life is a burning building, the only thing that we have to hold on to is love and each other.
Working with Javier was a really nice experience for both of us, because especially like having gone through all the lockdowns and being home for so long.
Like really nice to work with Javier, because it's not all about dance. It's more about, like, I think, the feeling for each other, the relationship.
You know, when Carlos approached me and suggested these 2 dancers, these 2 very, very young but very, very intense and beautiful dancers, I knew that I was not going to be able. I want to create a different kind of chemistry. I didn't want to make a love story, too easy. I didn't want to make a sexual tension story, too easy. But the idea of 2 characters of different gender reacting to the same situation in different ways, and being able to spend a bit of very intense time in the studio with the 2 of them, it would make it feel like it was really created in their bodies, which really was, but also with me as a conduit of unleashing something that would be very different of what they tend to do for their stage work, to be able to direct the dancers into the size of working for the camera, on the use of close-ups, on the use of being aware that what we film should look effortless, and it should look almost as this off the cuff, that it just happened, which takes a lot of rehearsal for that to happen. And by the time that we went into the actual film set, it would look like it was the very first time that they were the ideas were coming from their heads and their bodies, rather than being told or looking rehearsed, so that it had a freshness.
Hello everybody and thank you for tuning in. Welcome to World Ballet Day here at Birmingham Royal Ballet. It is wonderful to have you here with us to celebrate our work. Throughout this program, you get the chance to meet some of our brilliant dancers, find out about some of the work we have been doing during the last year, and more importantly, we'll give you a glimpse of what is in store. Now we are back on stage in front of live audiences once more. We're doing things a little differently for World Ballet Day this year. We are bringing the world 4 separate shows made especially with Australia, New Zealand, Japan, the UK and the Americas in mind. Whatever part of the world you are in, I hope you enjoy your time with us today. Next up, we are going to be looking at our November Triple Beard shows curated by Carlos at Sadler Wells in London. As part of this program, I will be performing a brand new pas de deux with the great Alexander Ferry, made especially for us by Goyo Montero to be danced as part of his ballet Chacona. If you can make it to London this November, don't worry, as we are capturing this ballet on film. We are hugely excited to announce that Birmingham Royal Ballet's curated by Carlos show will launch the Sadler Wells digital stage platform on 11th of November. To sign up for ticket alerts to this show, please follow the link below.
My name is Miguel Altunaga. I am a dancer from Cuba. I am a choreographer as well. I've been dancing in different companies throughout my career. I dance at Contemporáneo of Cuba, Rambert Dance Company, and now at Hofe Schechter. My style as a choreographer is to be as honest as I can with my ideas, but I do like things that have a connection with feelings, stories, people in general. I love stories of real people and stories that can really connect with the audience, because we're all human and we all have feelings.
Now, the other notice that Hannah has a moment of walking, looking at the city whilst the other one are walking. That is a beautiful moment.
You see that determination, resilience, coming, like some of you had it, but Mathilde was constant. I was like, I want to be there with you, girl. So make sure you have that, because that's when you're coming together, so like, going for it, yeah?
The City of a Thousand Trades is a piece that talks about finding home, finding a new place. Where can I find my roots? It's a piece that talks about people finding, coming from different countries, different part of the world, into a new place and start from the beginning, from zero, and shows their struggles, their journey, and how they make it, to how they basically survive until they make it. These interviews where we found people who actually came from different parts of the world and now have families and have placed their roots here in Birmingham.
I think I left everything to come here. Obviously, I left my family, my friends. So when I reached over here, it was a big change in my life.
And also people from Birmingham. And we just were into their places and asked for an interview.
I don't think I 100% belong here, but at the same time, I don't belong to my home city anymore.
And they gave us a really beautiful, deep interviews of their lives and really nice stories.
We all start this journey alone. We will spin through time and space, finding home in people and places, holding each other down, lifting each other up in this city of 1,000 trades. More than 1,000 have traded everything. What would you trade? To be lost in the spin of this city? To be found?
My name is Daniela Cardim. I am a choreographer and I was a ballet dancer with Dutch National Ballet and with the ballet company in Rio de Janeiro. It's hard to say which choreographer influenced me the most. I think I have a little bit of influence from Hans van Manen because he is the greatest choreographer from the Netherlands, and of course throughout my career I was always watching his work and I really admire his work. So Hans van Manen, yes, there is some influence from him, but also from other classical choreographers like Christopher Pastor, who was also a choreographer at Dutch National Ballet. I admire very much Christopher Wheeldon and what he's been doing lately. So I think everything you see and everything you dance, you are influenced by that slightly. So imminent is an abstract work that is inspired by a situation. So we start the piece in a place, in a world that is very harmonious, that is very happy, if you will, that everything works fine. And then we have one person that notices that something is actually not quite right. So imminent is about this feeling that there is something not quite right and we don't know what it is necessarily, but you can feel that something bad is coming. Then we get into a point where actually it becomes more obvious to some people that something is not right. And then you have this window of opportunity that opens to you. And then it's about making a choice of whether to take that opportunity or not, and having the courage to do so, even though it might be scary and you might not quite know what's going to happen if you make that decision. And then, just stop low. Yeah, stop low. We started rehearsing right after. It was the first possibility after lockdown to start working. And it was scary and exciting at the same time. Actually worked better than I expected. It is hard to work with masks. I think for the dancers it's very hard to rehearse with masks. What was nice was that everybody was really excited about being back at work and being able to do our job, our art. So I guess that feeling of excitement and being happy to be back also compensated for the procedures that we then had to do.
My name is Goyo Montero. I'm a Spanish choreographer, former dancer, choreographer and director in Germany of the Staatstheater Nuremberg Ballet, the Ballet Nuremberg. I have been here in Nuremberg for 14 seasons. It's my 14th season, so I'm fortunate to have my own company, and I'm also resident choreographer with Acosta Danza since 2019. I was formerly a classical dancer that had interest in contemporary dance, in contemporary art, and I found my own way of expressing through choreography, and I've been fortunate enough to make my living with it. Actually, Chacona comes a long way in my work, because I'm always been a huge admirer of Bach, no? And it was commissioned by the Ministry of Culture of Spain to work with Tamara Rojo, working with principal dancers from Netherlands Dance Theatre, from Forsyth Company, all Spanish dancers that were abroad, you know. Then in 2011, in my company here in Nuremberg, I enlarged this work for my whole company here. So I did this Chacona, and Julio Boca, the director, was director then of the Ballet Nacional Sadler in Uruguay. He saw the full length and he said, but I love the Chacona, I would like it to present it alone. I would like it to be their own piece, you know. So he commissioned that, and then I did a new version for Ballet Nacional Sadler, and that was in 2017. So the piece comes from 2003, but it's been evolving. And the last, the Chacona alone was presented for the first time in 2017 in Sadler, in Ballet Nacional Sadler in Uruguay. I think music and dance communicate. Therefore, the choreography of the Chacona is built always relating or connecting with the instrument, you know. So there is this kind of like conversation going on, you know. This you can call it a conversation, or sometimes a fight, sometimes challenging each other, sometimes bringing each other up or down, you know. And I think the awareness of the dancer listening to this live music with a musician on the stage becomes something magical.
I'm Eilish. I'm an artist with BRB, and I've been here for 4 years. I really wanted to do ballet. I had a few friends, I think, in my preschool or something like that, they were already doing ballet, so I started begging mum and dad to put me into ballet, and loved it. And then I probably started doing competitions, so Stedfords, when I was about 11 or 12. Obviously doing ballet, I did lyrical, contemporary, improvisations, which is just insane. I did, lots of improvisations, I loved them. And demi-characters as well, which were like my favorite things to do. It's probably where my love of acting and playing a character on stage began. I did probably about 5 Stedfords every year until I joined the Australian Ballet School. I think the Stedford system in Australia is quite competitive and very popular. Lots of dance schools will put their kids into a Stedfords. You'll do group performances and then also solos if you're lucky enough. And there's different levels of competition. I did a lot of smaller competitions, which I enjoyed because it was a lot easier to maybe win. Should I not say that? It was a lot easier to, I think some of the bigger Eisteddfods, you were like 1 in 200 competitors in that, what would you call it, group of whatever, like under 14 classical solo, that sort of thing. And that was always very stressful. So the Sydney Eisteddfod, all that, they were the big ones and they were quite stressful. I never did very well at those ones. I think I got too nervous. But the smaller Eisteddfods, in the country towns, you were 1 of 12. So it was a really nice environment, really fun, really chill. We'd all have a great time there. You'd make lots of friends. I think it benefits Australians then when they move overseas because they've already had performance experience from quite a young age. I think some kids maybe over here don't have that, and then you go into full-time training and you don't really get a chance to be on stage as much, and then it's sort of only towards the end of your training that you finally get to do a few things. I think it's more pressure, and you've never really experienced forgetting your solo on stage. We all of us went through that. There were so many times where I'd forget. So I moved to Melbourne to join the Australian Ballet School when I was about 16, 17. And I always wanted to, that was my dream, to join the Australian Ballet School. I did get a place in the Royal Ballet School at the same time, but I wasn't quite ready to move overseas to England. So it was the best decision for me at that point. And it was an amazing time at the school. I learnt so much, different teachers, and we learnt different rep and all that. And in my graduate year, David Bentley, the ex-director of BRB, he was working with the Australian Ballet Company on Faster, one of his programs, and he was invited in to watch our graduate year. I didn't really think much of it. It didn't really feel like an audition. It was just more, this is the director of Birmingham Royal Ballet watching. So I was quite relaxed, which I think probably helped. And he wanted to offer me a job, which is quite rare to be just offered a job as an Australian from Australia. I didn't have to come over and audition or send a video or anything. So I joined in the middle of a season, which was like hectic. I think my 3rd day I was on the coach to Cardiff to join the Sleeping Beauty tour. So I didn't know anyone in the company. I didn't know anyone on. Actually helped me to slot into company life a lot quicker than maybe if I joined at the start of a season with a heap of other new dancers. I think BRB is a really amazing company because everyone is like a family and everyone was so welcoming. Daniela wanted me to be the lead in her new ballet, Imminent. Obviously because I'm an artist, so it was quite a lot of pressure to take on, I guess, the principal role in the piece. And I just really wanted to do her proud and for her to not, I guess, regret casting me in such a big role. But it was a really lovely process because Danny works quite collaboratively, so I really felt like I had an input in all the movement and everything I did. I really felt like quite comfortable with it all. I never had to do a step that didn't feel nice. And she was just incredibly encouraging the whole time. And obviously I was dancing with Alex as well, who's also an artist. So we were both sort of taking on a bigger role together. And that was really special. It was nice to not, it took the pressure off, I think, a little bit, having both of us doing that.
Hi, my name's Yvette Knight. I'm a first soloist with Birmingham Royal Ballet. Welcome to Freefall. I've been working with Freefall for 3 years now. I stepped into their studio to explore what they were about, and they never got rid of me, and it's actually become the highlight of my week, every week. Freefall Dance Company was created back in 2002, and its aim was to provide provision within the arts for dancers with severe learning disabilities. Our latest project film, Stepping Out, Stepping Up, which you're about to see, is one of our most special ones, really, because after all the Zoom sessions that we did in lockdown, which required so much hard work from our freefallers, commitment, dedication, which they had, meant that when we did venture out, when it was safe to do so in an outdoor space, they created something very special, and they had a little bit of normality back. It was inspired by one of Carlos's favourite bands, which is a different sort of sound that they're not used to, and I think they created movement that we've never seen before. I hope you enjoy it.
Freefall Dance Company there with their hugely inspiring new work. We're nearly done here at Birmingham Royal Ballet, but before we go, I want to share with you some exciting new things coming up over the next few months on our YouTube channel, including our brand new BRB TV, a fortnightly program run by the dancers themselves, giving you an insight into our working lives like never before. If you'd like to know more, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
My name is Yasuo Atsuji. I'm going to give you technique tips for jeté entracé. Always go arabesque, turn out, step, step, then do the jump.
Today I'm going to be showing you some exercises for hip stability. So folding forward, really keeping those hips nice and level, thinking about engaging through your ribs, keeping your ribs down, especially as you fold forwards.
I'm going to share my tips and tricks to perform and execute a C-zone. I find the C-zone exercise a great way to really build stamina throughout the Allegro.
We're going to look at today plyometrics on an intermediate level. Boom. 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest there. Good.
Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed your time with us for World Ballet Day. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our social channels for more great content from us, and don't forget to register with Sadler Wells for ticket alert to our launch of Sadler Wells digital station.